Toyota Halftime. Let's go places.
So it's the second time that the Saints D and Cam Jordan has been able to shut down a Tom Brady-led Bucs, and that's why they're up 6-0 at halftime in Tampa Bay. Welcome back inside the studio. I'm Maria Taylor alongside Tony Dungy and Drew Brees. We want to get you straight to the best of Week 15. And Drew, can we start with the upset of the day? Kyler Murray and the Cardinals going on the road in Detroit.
Yeah, this is definitely a hangover game from their Monday night loss to the Rams. They came into Detroit not ready to play. They got beaten all three phases. Hats off, though, to the Detroit team. Defense stepped up, got a couple turnovers. They really executed well on offense. Big win for them.
Did you say execution? The Titans led by 10.5, but turnovers really cost them, Coach.
Yes, look at that tackle by Joe Hayden. Just very physical there. Stopped him inches short, and the defense just came up with takeaways all day.
Next up for Tennessee is San Francisco after this huge loss to Pittsburgh. Cincinnati on the road taking on Denver. The big play Bengals, they showed up.
Yeah, two teams still fighting for playoff spots. It was back and forth defensive battle for the most part, but Cincinnati made the big plays in the end they needed to, setting up a huge matchup this week against the Ravens.
Meanwhile, Tyler Huntley had to come in and lead the Ravens back from a 14-point deficit in the fourth quarter without Lamar Jackson. You see, with less than a minute left, he ran in for that score.
And we know what John Harbaugh is going to do. Play for the win.
Yes, go for two. And don't convert the two-point conversion for the second time in 3 weeks. But here's what Harbaugh had to say after the call.
Yeah, I'm just going to try to get the win right there. You know, in overtime, I think our chances of winning right there were a little bit higher than in overtime, maybe, if you calculate it out. But felt good about it, thought we had a good play. And, you know, again, they made a really good play. I got to give that safety a lot of credit for getting out there and tipping that ball.
All right, Coach Harbaugh, Tony Dungy agrees with you. It was a great call, but let's break down the play.
Yeah, I love his rationale going for two, trying to win it. But as he said, the safety made a great play. And what he knows here, Drew, is Mark Andrews, who's been the hot guy, is over here. So he's favoring way over here, and they roll right into him.
Yeah, he's the guy who's been making plays for you all day. I understand wanting to get the ball in his hands, but it's hard here because you're putting him outside. That's not normally where he lines up, and you really allow him to be doubled. The safety Savage is able to cheat over there, get a hand on this. He's having to run this route on a really good corner. You just feel like there was a lot of other things they could have done, give him the opportunity to drop back, scramble around, score as they did previously, or run the football. They're a run football team.
Well, it's a heartbreaking loss for Baltimore, but let's see what that loss means for them in their playoff run. We can go over to Steve Kornacki.
Yeah, Maria, let's put this in some perspective. At the start of the month, remember, the Ravens were 8-3. They had a 73% shot at making the playoffs, almost a 50% chance of winning their division. Coming into today, they had dropped those two straight. They were down to 67-40. Now, lining up for that two-point conversion, how about this for a swing? Had they converted and won the game, the Ravens would be nearly an 80% chance to make the playoffs right now, better than 50% chance to win their division. Instead, they don't get the conversion. They lose. They're now a 50-50 shot, the Ravens are, just to get in the playoffs, only 26% in their division. Tough slate to finish the season, starting, Drew mentioned it, next week at Cincinnati.
A tough stretch to close out the season and a tough loss for Baltimore. All right, Tampa Bay is trying to stay out of the loss column right now, but they got a little bit of work to do. Much more ahead, but first, giving and coming together. It's what the holidays are all about in this message from Toyota.
Hello, boys and girls. It's the one and only Snoop D-O Double Claus. And tonight I'm bringing you an early Christmas present. It's not Christmas lights, it's NFL highlights. Tonight on Sunday Night Football Final, streaming on Peacock right after Saints Bucks. Now, where my reindeers at? Got to get my blue ass to Tampa.
Oh, we'll be there with you, Snoop, live from Tampa after the game on Peacock. All your reindeers will be there. Meanwhile, we're less than 50 days away from the Winter Olympics, and yesterday at the U.S. Short Track Trials, Kristen Santos became the first speed skater to book her spot on Team USA, an emotional moment as she qualified for her first games. The rest of the team was decided today, including Mame Baini, who won the 500 meters. The Ghana-born and Virginia-raised Baini will make her second Olympic appearance in February on NBC and Peacock. But in a much more immediate future, this would be tomorrow, a football doubleheader is coming your way on NFL Network, ABC, and ESPN, and then two more games on Fox on Tuesday night. We've got Washington taking on Philly and the Seahawks taking on the Rams. Christmas coming to you Saturday. Beautiful red and green lights and early presents for Tampa Bay would be getting a win in the second half.
This has been the Toyota Halftime. Let's go places.